Okay, so this is the first time I'm not playing as Klingons in Star Trek Attack Wing. I'm going to play the Borg. My friend Dan wants to test out this sphere. The Klingons have no chance against it. That's what we've decided, because they have very little defense, and this thing is just, it'll kill you if you don't have defensive. So he's got the Voyager over there with Picard, and who else is on it?
I got Sulu and Tom Paris, Miles O'Brien.
And you got those
transphasic torpedoes in case I get a lucky shot.
In case you get a lucky shot. And then he's also got those, what they call Peregrine fighters? What are they called?
Federation.
Just Federation fighters?
Attack fighters.
Federation attack fighters. Okay, so it's a 75-point game. So for 75 points, I got the Borg Sphere 4270 on the flagship that gives it its battle stations, and then a tactical drone in command with 7 of 9, a blade of armor, and Borg assimilation tubules. And so 75 points a piece. And we're just testing out, like, because I don't believe this thing was play tested. I really don't. I find it hard to believe at its cost, with 360-degree fire, 360-degree movement, that it was play tested. But we'll see. We're play testing ourselves, and we'll see if it's balanced. I'm guessing at tournaments, the winning build is 2 Borg spheres and some things to put on them. Okay, so here's our first turn. The Borg Sphere went ahead forward 4. Both the Federation fighters and the Voyager went forward 3, so we're all eager to engage. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so the Federation fighters fired and took a shield off the Death Star there. Death Star fired back and took a fighter down. And yeah, I'm surprised you split up your guys. What was the thinking there?
To split up your fire.
Oh, okay. We'll see how that works for you. Okay, so yeah, his fighters fired and they took off my blade of armor. So the blade of armor's gone, but I still have 7 shields and looking pretty good still. But the Voyager is now coming up quickly on me, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. That was a background for the Borg. The transphasic torpedoes went off, and I've got 4 shields left. I fired 7 dice at those fighters, and I rolled 5 blanks. It was just brutal. Just, yeah. So I didn't even take any fighters off. It was brutal. And yeah, that's how it's looking. So the transphasic torpedoes are gone now, but I've lost the... yeah, I've lost a lot of shields and stuff. But anyway. Okay, so the Borg Sphere's lost all its shields now. It used the Borg simulation tubules to steal Miles O'Brien off his ship. I was able to hit the fighters, so they're down to their last little thing. And yeah, I don't know. The Borg might actually lose this one. I think the Federation is the way to go, and those fighters are deadly against this thing. But yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, so the Borg sphere is down to 1 hull point, and the Voyager is still at full health. So yeah, this is kind of a rock paper scissors thing, I'm guessing, because I'm seeing the Federation being very strong, especially those fighters.
Well, in all, remember you failed to use your drone last turn.
Oh yeah.
And that would have counted for probably 5 more hits, which, had you rolled them,
yes,
you'd have probably, well...
I don't know.
Well, you'd have just taken, you were going for the fighters still.
I was going for the fighters still anyway.
It would have really killed them.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm seeing the Federation strong against the sphere here. It's not undefeatable. So...
And the coming at them from 2 angles, I think, makes a little bit of a difference, because you're forced to maneuver in a way that says, okay, I got to be out of the range of both of these, not just one.
Right.
So it kind of forces your hand.
Yeah, well, that 360-degree arc kind of saved you there as well. Yeah. And the Klingons don't have that. Because that last turn you used that 360-degree thing. Yeah. And made a big difference, yeah. Because that brought me within near death. Anyway. Okay, so that's the end of the Borg Sphere. Okay, against the Federation, the Voyager never took a single hit. It's fine. I was able to destroy, the Borg were able to destroy those fighters, but that's about it. And as Dan was saying, not the best playing on my part, but still, I see those fighters especially good anti-Borg thing. Because he's finishing, it's not even close, he's finishing quite well. Those, yeah, that 360-degree arc also saves him on the Voyager, and that's something the Klingons don't have access to. Yeah, it's pretty nice, because that's twice now that he's used that 360-degree arc, and so I can't get behind him either.
Picard makes a difference too. That extra action, giving me the battle stations.
Oh yeah, sign of the yeah. You're just nailing me every time you hit. But you know the Enterprise D and the Voyager are almost like the Borg because they've got that 360 degrees.
Yep.
You know, it's very,
if I was going to go a 100
nice.
point build, and I knew I was going against Borgs, I'd take Voyager and Enterprise D.
And go in firing, and you've got the 360 degree just like they do.
Yep. And this is like a necessity.
That's right. Yeah.
The Borgs, all their firepower. So what?
I know. And I was a little bit afraid to split my fire after rolling 7 dice and not hitting them. But you're right, I didn't re-roll using that Borg thing, so that was my fault anyway.
I think when you do that, the re-roll counts for both for split.
Right.
So you re-roll the
yeah. Anyway, that was quite the game.